Bob.
Yes.
Yes, it's Billy from Brooklyn.
Hey, where have you been?
I'm just checking in with you, buddy. I want to let you know that I got your back covered.
You know what I figured? I figured that you got to be such a big star. You were quoted in the New York Times. Did you hear your voice on the Charles Kuralt show?
I heard it woke me up.
Oh, okay.
So how you feeling, Bob?
Well, I don't know. I want to ask your autograph, Billy. I'm in awe of a great star.
I noticed you're not asking me about how I prognosticated the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, you and Arthur George. You know, I got it all figured out now. How I can get rich.
Yeah. Well, I had the 49ers by 22 points.
Oh, you had the 49ers?
By 21.5 points, I had them better than Miami. They won by 22.
Oh, well, why did I think you had the Dolphins?
No. I'm a Dan Marino fan, but I face reality on the Art Ross Turnpike, and I went with the other Gumbada there, Joe Montana.
Yeah, but Art had the Dolphins.
Well, that's his problem.
Oh, okay.
Bob, I'm calling you up because I'm a little disturbed about Mr. Al Sharpton coming forward and pushing this investigation. He's making this a racial issue with Goetz. I feel that, we know that the most of the crime is mostly black-on-black crime. I'd say it's probably over 80% is black-on-black crime today. What does he want the other remaining 20% to do? Just lay down and die for these people? I mean, it went unnoticed last week, but CBS had a little story on. They brought 3 subway riders that do dirty business down in the subway. They brought them forward. Okay? They admitted that it's an open season on people over the age of 25 who bear gold chains, gold watches, pockets that are bulging. They rip them off. They surround them. They admitted to this on television. They said, this is your prey to us. You're like an open game. You're game to these people. This is their deal. They go in the subway and they run rampant. And they horrify and terrify people on a daily basis. And they travel this train system from one end of the Bronx to Brooklyn, Coney Island to Queens, and so on and so forth, ripping people off. These 4 individuals showed screwdrivers on the train. They was added in their pockets. They weren't going to tune up Mercedes-Benzes with these screwdrivers, Bob. They were going to do their business. Now, as soon as guys like Mr. Sharpton realize that in all colors, races, and creeds, we have good and bad. I didn't see Mr. Sharpton come forward when the 2 individuals carved up a nun about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. Okay? Bob, you stay well. We got your back covered out here.
Okay. All right.
We'll wait till next year for the Super Bowl.
Okay, Billy.
Yes. Take care. They can handle themselves, huh?
That's right, Billy. I never felt more secure in my life.
But remember, I got your back when these guys aren't around.
All right.
You gabish?
Gabish.
Brown figures. And in reference to that first caller that called tonight, Bob, the guy from Bensonhurst?
Yes.
Yeah, he is what you call donuts spelled backwards. He's Stunad, this guy. This guy that carries the gun.
Yeah.
He's a little malad.
About
Malad. This guy is probably a malad, this guy.
Okay.
All right, Bobby, start the phone, huh? I got
Okay.
you back. Don't worry.
Hey, Billy.
Ah.
Too bad you're not here. You know what? You could help me eat some shvilladel.
Some shvilladel, a little pasticciata, and I'll bring some pastries for Mr. Wright.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye now.
Okay.
Okay. That's this Gumbada from Yonkers has retired from calling the Bob Grant Show.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you the Gumbada from Bensonhurst.
That's it. You got it.
Okay.
Right on the money. Listen, I wanted to talk to Stonada here, this Gil de Lucia.
A shaurada.
Yeah, this guy is going to get eaten up alive, Bob. Number one, he's got to realize in this city, the Italian people have got Amaloiki on us. We got the curse on us, okay? Such people like Mario Biaggi has brought it on us with his many romances. The real estate dealings of John Zaccaro and his lovely wife, Geraldine, put it on with a trowel, Ferraro. You know, I tell you, our people have been kicked and punched and pushed down every which way we go. But we're strong, Bob. We keep coming back. And, you know, like a couple of callers before had mentioned, Denny Farrell, he's going to worry about the black people, and he's got a perfect right to do that. Herman Badillo is going to worry for the Puerto Rican people. Ed Koch, we know he's a switch hitter. He goes with the winners in more ways than one. Carol Bellamy, she should be home washing clothes anyway. I don't know what she's doing there. This guy Jimmy Breslin. Have you read some of the columns that he's been writing?
Well, you know, I'll tell you something. A doctor told me once that an overabundance of agita will eat the lining of the stomach.
Now, you see this Jimmy Breslin?
So I got to take Breslin in small and limited doses, far and few between.
Yeah. Bob, I want to tell you something about Jimmy Breslin. That beer-guzzling phony from Queens under the L.
By the way, you want to find him some night?
Yeah, I know where to find
him. In McGuire's over there on Queens Boulevard.
I know where he is. He goes in that...
You know, I went in there looking for him one time. This is the truth. This is the truth. Long time ago.
Right.
Long time ago. I went in there because somebody had challenged me, and I walked in there, and I got to tell you, about 10 guys ran me out of that joint.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I wouldn't have run you out of that joint if you were with me. My army, I'll tell you right now, because I know that area well. And they're nothing but a bunch of big guzzling phonies. You understand me? Now, I want to say something. Bobby.
Billy, I said it.
Wait, I just got to the moment. I got to talk. You know, I like to blow off some steam. This guy's got me really ticked off, this Jimmy Breslin. The last...
How'd we get to Breslin? We were talking about De Lucia. So we...
Now, we got to Jimmy Breslin. This De Lucia, forget about him. He's going to get eaten up like Zarcaros. You know, the Zarcaros are going to get him. But I want to tell you something about this Jimmy Breslin. This Jimmy Breslin, he jumps up and down when he's got an article to write about mob figures. Always a knock against the Italians, okay? You see all these articles he wrote, and I want the people to listen to this. The reason he's writing all these articles, because this phony, he was in these guys' pockets. He freeloaded plenty of free meal and plenty of free beer from these guys. These mob figures in Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, all over. This guy was rubbing elbows with the biggest. Now this guy here wants to write articles. This guy's nothing but a disgraziato. This Jimmy...
Well, his first wife was named Dortico, Rosemary Dortico.
Right? He's got a vendetta against Italian people. And he'll pay for it one day. He's going to pay. Because this guy is nothing but a two-faced phony. He talks about the politicians in his city. He's the biggest phony of them all, this Jimmy Breslin. I'll him one day under the out in Queens. I'll give him a piece of my mind, Bob.
Well, listen, we're going to call Jimmy, and we're going to tell him what you told him, and if he wants to respond, he can respond.
Come on here, because I'm ready for a 15-round title fight. And that'll be a day the guy who drinks Peel's beer, Bert and Harry's cousin, Jimmy Breslin's going to take me on. I'll straighten him out, but real...
Well, you know, listen...
This Peel's drinking phony.
All right, I'll send him your regards, Billy.
All right, Bob, send him my regards and send him a little udorts. You know off the lettuce? You know the little end of the lettuce, the hot part?
Yeah, what do you call that?
Udorts.
Hey, that's a new one.
Let him choke on it for me.
That's a new one.
Take care. Stop.
Hey, Billy, yeah, I will, but Billy, you know, I tell you, I want to make you feel better.
What, Bob?
The Yankees are 0-5.
Bob, listen, don't make me buy a fresh supply of Mylanta.
Okay.
It didn't start yet.
Okay.
We'll take care of it. Don't worry.
I'm not worried.
Listen, another thing before I sign off. Your back is well covered.
Thank you, Billy.
Don't worry about nothing.
Okay, Bill.
All right, start the barn.
You too. Billy, I'm Bensonhurst. I wonder what he really thinks about Jimmy Breslin. This is Getzlon, Bob Grant. Hello, Billy.
Hello, Bob. How you doing?
Billy.
Gumbareel.
Hey.
You know, I've been trying to call you for a week and a half.
What happened?
I tell you, your line is as hot as a bookmaker's number.
Except for tonight.
Well, I don't know about tonight. I knew the outcome of this guy. I didn't even watch it.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is tonight. But tonight, I can't get arrested.
You can't get arrested?
No.
Listen, go in front of Bob Morgenthau's office. He'll find something to pull you in on.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, Bob. This is really a malavaguda that they did here. This Bob Morgenthau. He ought to be ashamed of himself. Although, you know, when I look back at it and I say to myself, he's been made to be made a fool of for so many years. He's been trying to nail organized crime guys for years. They make him like a ping pong ball in court. They walk out of his court all the time. The guy is a sham. The guy is probably in a sham of that ale. Organized crime guys from the 5 boroughs have walked all over this man's face. So he had to get some sham, and Bernie Goetz is the poor boy dealer that's going to pay for it, because he's been made like a doormat. Bob Morgenthau is the most inept DA we have in the country. He couldn't lock up Willie Sutton after Willie Sutton dropped the bag on his front stoop. That's how fast this guy is, Bobby. This guy is probably a malad in the head for him. Listen to me, Bob. You know I love to blow off some steam. But this guy, it's really, I hope it comes back to haunt him. And I hope after he did this favor for his good friends up across 123rd, I hope it comes back to they give it to him, Maloika, in the neck. I hope they double deal him and they throw him out with the next day's garbage. Because this guy, Bob, I got no use for him. And I hope he's listening. I hope the guy, Morgenthau, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should have been on that subway. Or one of your relatives should have been on that subway, and I would have seen how you would have reacted to them doing something in self-defense. I would have wanted to see it. But no, we said it last week, Bob. He was going to be pressured by the people uptown, and you know who those people are. These two guys that look like they're wearing two Carmine Molino bad wigs, Al Sharpton and Denny Farrell and Reverend Daughtry. They look like they're wearing wigs from Carmine Molino's place that he threw out, made of dog's hair from the back leg. These two guys.
Really?
Bob, I'm sick of it. You know, you asked me a couple of months ago, do I carry anything? I'm going to tell you something. I'm being honest with you. I probably will carry something now. And I'm a scrappy guy. I'm ready to go 24 hours. You know I got your back covered, so.
Oh, I know that. That's why I'm not, I don't have to worry about Brooklyn.
Bob, if you ever call me in the middle of the night, the Lincoln comes out with my two cousins, the No-Neck brothers, in the back seat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we come out with the smoke glass windows, and we get them. Don't worry.
Hey, listen, I got a list of some people I want you to...
George gave me a couple of people he wanted first. But listen, this is really a serious situation. This Bobby Morgenthau, he ought to be ashamed of himself. I really can't. Where did this guy, Victor Flores, come from?
Well, that's a good question.
Where was he the first time around, Bob?
Yeah, that's...
Where was he? What was he, selling ices on 9th Avenue, 52nd?
Well, the funny thing...
What was he doing?
Boy, you ought to open at the Atlantis down there in Atlantic City. I mean, you're really hot tonight, Billy. And he comes on real strong now. As a matter of fact, he says the kids were frightened, backing off, trying to get away. There was no reason to shoot them.
There was no reason.
Yeah.
Like, again, we said, Bob, if Bernie Goetz didn't do what he did, this guy would have been another number in the back page on the opposite side of the Potomkin ad, and the next day people would have forgot about him. He would have been just another victim, caught on a subway, killed, and left there, unidentified. They probably would have ripped his wallets and money and whatever. Nobody would have known who the man was. And this is what's happening in the city. I would like to know, how many people did these four guys get and either maim or beat up and leave somewhere? I would love to see, just for the hell of it, how many people they destroyed mentally and physically and humiliated on subways, these four punks. This is what I mean about this Bob Morgenthau, the doormat from the DA's office. It's really a sin. And when I hear people, I'll tell you something. I take my hat off to this fellow, Warren.
Yes, of Bed-Sty.
He was the fellow that had the problem with the ring of stolen cars.
That's right.
Is that the same gentleman?
Yeah, same gentleman.
Well, Warren, if you're listening, buddy, I'm not too far away from you. I'm up on the other end. I'm under the gangplank going to Staten Island. And I take my hat off to you. Because there are some problems in this city, Bobby. There really are. And it's making people like myself and Warren and people all over the city sick.
Well, Billy, I'm glad you were able to get through after a week and a half of trying. Thank you very much. You're in top form tonight.
Not the barn, and I got your back covered.
Okay, grazie.
Okay.
All right, that's Billy of Bensonhurst and...
Calvin Pete, the golfer.
Bad. You're at 7 WABC. Hello.
Hello, Bob.
Billy!
I got your back, Goomba.
Hey!
I got your back no matter what time, what day. I'm with you, baby.
I tell you, it makes me feel good, Billy, as long as I know you're there.
If you ever went on during the day, the other radio stations would have to shut down. They'd have to shut down. And at night, right now, they're all shut down anyway. But there's nobody in your league, my friend. You are the best. You're the master of the airways. You know that. But, Bob, I'm calling up to just give you a little opinion about how I feel about these guys now being picked up, and right away it's brutality on the cops.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that amazing? They're coming out of the woodwork now.
Bob, there's a station down on the other end of the dial, a black-owned station now. They got a campaign going with a private number. If you've been brutalized since 1984, call this number. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to be calling this number looking to make a job ahead. They're looking to, make a Malavaguda with the city.
Of course.
This is unheard of, Bob. These cops, I really feel sorry for some of these cops. Now when they bring them in, they got to bring them in with kid gloves and serve them cheesecake and coffee. Gabish?
Well, listen, let me say this, Billy.
What?
Human nature being what it is,
Yeah.
the average cop has got to say to his wife, I don't think I'm going to break my couillons
That's right.
anymore on the job. I'm going to take it easy.
That's right. But you know who suffers, Bob?
The public.
You and I will suffer because now the cops won't be so gun-ho to grab these guys. They're going to look the other way. And what's going to happen? Our homes are going to be vandalized. Our cars are going to be stolen. Our relatives are going to be mugged and robbed. And it's going to just be bad. And the people in this city have only got to blame themselves because they're letting scum like this get away with this. They're going to make all kinds of false accusations and false charges. But, Bob, you don't have nothing to worry about. You're in good hands with us.
Oh, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. To the more profound facets of life, and say, Billy, you're on 77 WABC.
Hello, Bobby.
Billy!
How you doing, Gumbarillo?
Now I got my back covered here.
Listen, you got your back covered at all times, buddy. I just haven't called you in a couple of weeks because I've been busy. I was on vacation, but I caught your show quite a few nights. I caught a blasting from two characters. There's Al from the Bronx and Tony from Coney Island, who sounds like a counterman at Nathan's.